Hello everyone, today we're going to be jumping right in and talking about hair system adhesives. Now, it's come to my attention that recently there's been a bit of some posting on our Reddit here talking about different problems with reactions to adhesives. Here we see someone saying, anyone react badly to tape? Help please. I got fitted with a system using Walker Ultra Hold tape. I noticed some slight itching, no big deal. As the day went on, it got worse and worse until day 5. It was unbearable. I woke up early hours in the morning and had to remove it. It was that bad. I hadn't sweated in it, been in the sun, been to the gym. I've just been in an air-conditioned apartment, so this is slightly concerning. Skin looked okay, apart from some red spots where the tape had been. Has anyone experienced this? But this isn't really the first time that I've seen this. In fact, this is something that has come up a couple different times inside of the group. For example, here it says, I've been wearing a system for roughly 2 years now. I've never had any sort of issues in regards to scalp irritation until as of recent. It seems as I've developed a sort of allergic reaction to the tape. I've tried all sorts of brands and nothing seems to help. My scalp looks like a meth head's. So, this is pretty concerning stuff, and it's definitely to be taken serious. And when I really started, deciding like, okay, it's time to make a video on this is when I saw these pictures right here. They came in from a viewer of the channel. His son actually has been using full wigs, from full head wigs, and because he can't grow hair, and he sent me these pictures and I was looking at them and I'm like, my gosh, this looks like awful. It looks makes me sad, and I don't want to see this. So I wanted to talk about two of the different things that could be causing skin irritation or reactions, although one of them is an allergic reaction, and then ultimately what you can do to prevent allergic reactions in the future. So in the case of this particular incident right here where we're looking at these pictures, so some of the signs of allergic reaction are hives, itching, swelling. It could be sneezing, runny nose, but it also could be itching, redness, or some like actual skin sensitivity, maybe even peeling, flaking. All of these things are possible when we actually like go back and we take a look at these pictures, right? It looks like it could be that, but we don't know for sure. So an allergic reaction has one of these signs, right? Like, so a lot of people might be reporting, especially with an adhesive, skin problems, itching, redness, sensitivity, maybe even some like rashing. Now, the other one that it could potentially be is actually abrasion. Not very likely, but if like your hair system is moving around a lot, and I was really thinking about it specifically for like this full cap system right here, like this full head system, where if it's not like taped down really well, especially if he's using like a lace, that he might be getting some irritation from it like moving around a little bit if it's not fully like taped or adhered to his head. But more likely there is some kind of problem with the adhesive, meaning like that there's an allergic reaction going on of some sort. So remember, we're looking for potentially redness, itching, some rashiness potentially, maybe even some swelling. And if we go back and we look at this, right, we see redness, we see, he reported itchiness, right? Here, it's really interesting, my scalp looks like a meth head's covered in scabs, which made me think of this right here, because I don't know for sure, but it does look like that. And then over here, right, talking about how it was itching to the point of being unbearable, and there were some slight red spots. So, the interesting thing is that first, an allergic reaction can develop at any time. Just because you are one time not allergic does not mean that you can't develop that allergy in the future. But we want to try to prevent allergic reactions as much as possible, and this is like the not sexy thing to do. Everyone says that like they're gonna do it, but they just jump into getting a hair system and they forget about it for the most part if you do it yourself and you're not with a super experienced hairstylist. So that thing is called the patch test. And the patch test is basically just a way to do a controlled experiment to see if you are allergic to a specific adhesive, if it's compatible with your skin. It's very, very simple to do, and I'm going to be walking you through how to do it, so that way none of these problems happen. And on top of it, if you are having problems, you can try it on a different area of your skin and kind of validate it, if that makes sense. So what a patch test essentially is a 24-hour test with an adhesive on a specific part of your body in a controlled region and a controlled amount to see if any symptoms of allergies develop. Itchiness, redness, these types of things are what you're looking for. It's very simple to do. Now, there's two different ways that you could do it. If you currently have a hair system on, or like, you know, you can't put it on directly on your scalp, which you probably can't unless you're already just like completely bald. So way one, you can actually do it right here on your forearm. Now I don't have any liquid adhesive. So what I did, so I've just gone ahead and I've actually put a patch of tape right here on my forearm. And that's something that you can actually do at home, whether it's tape or liquid adhesive. Just put a small dot and rub it into your skin. Let it sit there. You can try multiple adhesives at once. If you do this, multiple tapes or multiple liquid adhesives, just put some dots and figure out a way to remember how to know which adhesive is which adhesive. So maybe it's a legend that, like, you know, you put a little ink mark that's a line next to one, then a plus next to the next, and you have a legend in a book next to you so you don't forget. But the other way to do this, it's the same exact thing, except it's probably a little bit closer to accurate of how your head is going to react, is you can do it behind your ear. So you can come over and you can actually put something back in here, right? A piece of tape or a liquid adhesive dot back in this region. So that way it simulates as close as possible to your scalp, the type of skin that you have right here, as opposed to on your forearm. So that right there is kind of the go-to method that people use, and you want it to sit for 24 hours. Sitting for 24 hours will expose whether you're going to have any type of allergic reaction, even if it's as mild as just having some skin redness. You'll get to have an understanding of that. This can help prevent having allergic reactions. They can spontaneously arrive at any time with anything, with food, with, you know, adhesives, with anything. So this is something that we can't necessarily prevent from happening, but we can know in advance if we're going to have these problems before we kind of commit to having it on a hair system. If you found this helpful, if you are looking for more tips, you know, make sure you go into the hair system Reddit and you join, you say hello, you ask a question, you help a friend out. And I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you soon.